Hey everybody, Adam from Atlas Gunworks. Showing off our rubberized abrasives today. And we're going to see us start to sell a lot more of the tools we use. It took us a while to figure out what the best tools were for the best job, for certain jobs. And it makes a lot of sense in our minds to sell them. And you usually have to buy these things in 100 packs. So we're going to sell them in much smaller packs, and we're going to sell them in a couple different variants. One is more oriented to home builders or gunsmiths who are building guns. This kit would be representative of that. And then separate kits for guys at home who are all just gun owners who want to touch up, their gun. So these rubberized abrasives work really well for finishing the barrel. So this is a rough Nemesis sight block barrel, and nothing's. This is right off the build bench, and so these barrels are rough, and we use this rubberized abrasive to really put that polish on the ramp. And so the best way to do this is a 3-stage. So our brown is medium, and then fine and extra fine. So red is your fine, and then extra fine is green. There is a coarse that we're not going to sell because you really don't need it all that much. It's a rare case to use the coarse. The coarse is also green, so a little bit confusing. But I'm going to give you my quick technique. These things work amazing. If you're a gun owner at home, all you're going to do is redo the last step. So you're going to do the extra fine, and we're going to sell kits with just extra fine for the home users. But this is a raw barrel. It's never had a polish to it. The trick here is to run medium first. I'm going to do it with a fair amount of pressure. And then I'm going to come back, and it's going to take a little more than that, but to speed this up, I'm not going to go all the way through it. Then I'm going to come back once I like the way it looks with that, and I'm going to run the same medium with a much lighter pressure. So medium pressure the first time, light pressure the second time. You're going to see me actually do the whole edge here. Get rid of any sharp edges. If your chamber's rough, you can do the chamber as well. If I'm a home user, unless there's a burr or something weird going on in the chamber, I'm not going to redo the chamber. I'm just going to do the ramp with just the extra fine. So I do that with a medium, and then again, I'm going to repeat the process. So I'm going to go with a firm pressure. I'm pushing pretty aggressively here, a solid medium pressure on the ramp. And then, I'm going to clean up anything. So anytime I use the medium, anything that gets touched by the medium has to then again get touched by the fine. And that's the process you're going to use. So you can start to see that shine up a little bit. Now I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to do light pressure. So I'm essentially getting 2 versions of medium, 2 versions of fine, and again I'll do it again with extra fine. So there's some edges here and some parts that aren't quite as smooth as I'd like. So there's 2 things to know when you're sanding, right? One is we can get things to be shiny. That's important. That tells us that the reflective surface is telling us something about the condition of the metal. But we really need things to be smooth, right? So if I could shine this up, and then I take my fingernail and run it across here, and I could feel all the little divots in there, or the roughness or the coarseness or tool marks or whatever, then I really didn't do my job. So the job is to both shine it up, but also make it as smooth as you can get it. Because what happens with these is if the bullet catches anything sharp, that's where it stops. So, I've got some spots here I didn't like. I went back over it with the medium, and then come back and clean that up with the fine. But anytime the medium touches something, I'm going to go through and do this whole process. So basically you'll see mostly what I do is if I have something I don't like, I'll go back 1 step. So let's say I'm getting here and I'm like, wow, there's this little tool mark in there that it doesn't look like the medium's gonna, with some pressure, is gonna take out. I'm gonna jump back to the medium, take that out. Still there, get a little more aggressive here. The more I use the edge of this, the more it takes that out. So then I've lowered that little section. These don't cut a lot, but they do remove metal, so we want to be cognizant of that, and then move around and really smooth this out. So I'm going to come right through and do all the steps again. So firm here. Again, I'm going to do more in the normal thing, but light here, and then I'm going to go firm here. And if you're just cleaning up your barrel at home, this is all you need to do. You go firm and then light with the extra fine. And you're going to see that thing really start to shine up. And then, I don't know that it's totally necessary, but you're welcome to then use a polish on here. Keep in mind that if you're running a polish on a Dremel or any kind of spinning tool, or any polish, even a hand polish, your polish needs to be kept in a separate, completely sealed bag. So when you're running these abrasives, we've got basically sanding material flying all over the place. So you need to have your anything that's going to hold that, like a polish, separate. So for sure you can just take the extra fine and be really gentle and polish up your barrel ramp that gets beat up over time. And that should get you back to zero. Adding a little polish here never hurts. We'll do some polish videos when we start releasing some polished products. Hope to see you guys on the range soon.